Hello, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Gemini, this is your monthly read for July. I was like, what month is it? July of 2024, which is crazy. We're already in the second half of this year. I see that there's a tiny delay. I don't know what's up with this. I tried so many variables to like why the sound is not keeping up with the with me, basically. But it might not be as bad on your end as it is here. So I do apologize for that though. Please subscribe and like the video if you do like the video, obviously. It really helps me a lot. So let's see what's going on for you. We're going to start with an overall basis, like a ground for July. And then go deeper and deeper into the message. And then have the fairies come out at the end. What do we have for Gemini, please? And can I just please give a shout out to my dear friend Jan? Hello. Dreams. Believe in your dreams. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay. So look at this beauty. This is obviously a person sleeping. This is believe in your dreams. So this can both be indicating that you're getting a lot of messages through your nightly dreams right now. It can also be that you're like, maybe you're thinking that you just sort of have that you're daydreaming or just randomly are thinking about things. I would really start to pay attention to what seems to just sometimes it seems like you are the initiator, you're the one who starts to think of something. But if you really pay attention, is it you that really starts to think about it, or is it sort of just appearing? Is it just there? Because there's something that is being given to you through your daily thoughts. You might be occupied with something that has nothing to do with the message that comes in. You can be, out walking. You can just actually sit and have a conversation with someone. You can just do whatever activity. And then all of a sudden there's just something in your mind or something on your brain that is like, where'd that come from? To just really pay attention, because I think that there's a lot being delivered to you at this time through just your what you think is like random thoughts. It's not random thoughts, it's actually messages. And this can also be in your dream state. If you're interested, oh my goodness, like how much you can get through your dreams, visions, premonitions, what's about to happen in the future, things that maybe you want solutions to. If you have a problem, you might figure it out in your dream state rather than like in your awake state. And then just a little tip is that if you keep like a journal right next to your bed, like a pen and paper, preferably not your phone, so that if you wake up in the middle of the night and you just think of something, and that's going to be gone when you wake up in the morning, just like jolt it down. Just if it's even the craziest things, or even like small, it doesn't have to be a full story. If you don't want to be up like an hour in the middle of the night, you can just sort of write down little keynotes, little keywords that will help you remember then what you dreamt. And the more you do this, in my experience, the more you do this, the more you start to access those dreams at night. So if you're the type of person that was like, I never dream, or I never remember my dreams, I believe that every single person dream every single night. I've lost it now because I've not done it in a while. Like this was years back. When I was really getting into my dreams, I even took like a dream course, like a dream workshop, and even started to interpret dreams for other people. I could remember up to 7 dreams per night. And it was not like segments within one dream. It was 7 different dreams. And I had no idea how many dreams I had. And now I'm down to maybe like 1.5. And then, before lunch, it's like, what was that about? Like, it's gone. So it's a practice, like it's a daily practice. At least it was for me. It's a practice to keep that alive. But for you, Gemini, it seems to be that's the way that you're receiving things right now through your dreams. Maybe there's something that you are a little bit resistant towards, or like you don't mean to be resistant towards it. Like you don't mean to have a blockage around something. Maybe that's the whole thing. You want to know about something, or you really want to solve a problem. You're really trying to figure something out. Then dream state can be so good at giving you those answers, because there you have no blockage. Like you're not in your own way there. This can also be like a soulmate situation. I usually get this card when I don't know if you can see that, but like there, do you see two people there? One man is laying on his back, and there's a woman. I'll just explain if you don't see it. There's a woman laying on the side, sort of not watching the man. She's obviously also sleeping, but like she's in his direction. And they're half sort of in the gold, down to the midpoint of their bodies. Like they're in the gold, and then outside it's still sort of quite a raw black and white feel. So for some of you guys, this might even be like a soulmate situation, that someone is about to come into your life, someone is about to enter your life, and we're not fully there yet. It's just something, and like, okay, so if you're not looking for like a romantic partnership, this can also be like when I say soulmate, that can even be a dog. It can even be a horse. It can be an animal. It can be the friend you didn't know you were missing. Like that friend just enters and is like, where have you been all my life? It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partnership. For some of you guys, it can be a romantic partnership. I just don't want to sort of narrow it down to or define it to just a romantic partnership, because a soulmate can come in so many different forms and shapes. So that's like halfway in. It's like it's really starting to happen, and you might even start to dream about them, or they, or it, or like whatever form this soulmate is going to show up in. Okay, that's a lot of information for that first card. Let's go deeper into this and see what comes out. Believe in your dreams. Also, that's so important that if you have like if you're going somewhere, if you're aiming for something, that it's so important that you continue to believe in yourself and believe in where you're going. It's Abraham, as in Abram Hicks, that keeps saying a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. The only way that something has turned into a belief is because you kept thinking a thought. So that thought form eventually becomes a belief, and then eventually it becomes a knowing. And so if you want to believe something, the only thing, simple but maybe not easy, is just continue to think that thought over and over and over again until it sort of flips over into being a belief. Okay, going deeper into this message, what do we have? And for any newcomers, welcome. I'm just waiting for cards to pop out. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say, but like, it's so interesting to me, like that people have time and energy and investment to write me comments sometimes, to like comment on things that just, you know, if it's constructive criticism, I'm for it all day. But it's like sometimes it's just the craziest comments. But anyway, that's why I want to say now, like, I'm not sitting here shuffling because it's just for the fun of it. Maybe I would enjoy it, but maybe I can do that in my spare time. I'm shuffling to get the right cards out, and I don't want to just pick the cards because I feel like I'm so much like involving myself and sort of messing up the energy a little bit. Obviously, it's going to come through me because it's me holding the deck. But this way, I feel it's more spirit, it's more source choosing the cards rather than me going in picking them. Okay, that's my time for defending myself. Going deeper, what do we have for the month of July? I think 6 weeks, give or take, into the future. Strength card. If you have a Leo connection, somehow, some way, maybe you have a Leo in your chart. This is a strength card. 11. It's also a portal number to like step into something new. This can also be like approaching something with silk gloves. We're gonna look at that in a moment. Wow, and the World card, and those are two purple cards. So that's very spiritual. Very spiritual. I mean, the Dream card is even airy-fairy to begin with. It's like out in the ethers. It's in the higher planes, your inner planes. The World card. This is when you're wrapping a whole part of your life up and beginning something brand new. This is not when you're closing down one thing. This is like a big... Did you have this last time, Gemini? So this might have been going on for some time, that you're closing down one chapter and really opening up another one, or like in the beginning stages of like this newfound place, or like even a discovery. Let's see if there's one more. No, there's another deck. Which one? Okay. There's a couple more cards and we'll get to the message. Success and growth. My goodness. And it's another purple border. So you're really, if you're not on a very spiritual path right now, you are really being called to a spiritual path. Maybe you feel that like that tug, that like they have a calling to go in a certain direction. I'd answer that. One more. This is purple. I don't know what. It's a purple deck, but do we have purple? Yes, we do. Okay, one more or two more. Nope, that was a blue one and a green one. Blue one and a green one. But I want the white one. Deception and envy, rejoice and celebration. Wow. Someone's jealous, or someone is envious of you. I don't know, Gemini. I don't know what I was about to call you there. I don't know, Gemini. There's something about... Okay, one thing at a time. Okay. Gemini, you're like really starting to find yourself. You're like really taking a moment to find yourself. I can't say it in any other way. So we're starting with the Strength card. This is like inviting you to go through this portal. We have 3 strong purple borders, a purple color, which is all about the spirit for me. So this is when you're asked, like we have the lion and the lamb, right? So it's like we're treading lightly. You're not sort of bombarding yourself through life right now. I think it's more of a being really strong, but really soft. This can also represent that through all the noise, you're just trying to find stillness, or being really inspired to just be really still and really pay attention to what's going on, like read between the lines. Not between the lines. The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. So there's something coming out here with, you really are trying to change things about yourself. You're really trying to look at certain aspects of yourself, likes and dislikes. It doesn't matter if you're 25 or 85. I think like at this stage in your life, you probably would say, like if you were to ask Gemini, like, do you know what your likes and dislikes are in this life? You would be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like I know what I more like and I know what I more dislike. And yet, this is like a journey that you're on right now with these with these dreams, with these messages starting to come in, and with this like opening up of this next chapter for you. There's, I think the biggest thing for you, the biggest challenge for you is to have the right to move on. I don't know how to say it in a different way. If that is like, things start coming up for me, like my oldest son, who's in this very transitional place right now where he's gone from like being borderline in deaf his entire life, what feels like his entire life to him. And now he's done this surgery and he's all about the hearing and all about like receiving new sound and all of that. And it might look like really easy on the surface, but as you go deeper, oh, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. But like we had just a conversation just the other day where he was quite sad and he just said like, I'm afraid to lose my identity. I'm so much my identity here. Like I'm so much, I'm getting emotional, but like, I was like, oh my God, you're just always going to be you. And there's nothing that's going to sort of be, you're not going to miss anything, or you're not going to sort of rip apart away from yourself that is not you. That's always going to be you. He's like, okay, if I stop to, what if I hear perfectly and I don't use sign language anymore? I was like, it's not like life is just going to take things away from you. Like you're still in control of your journey. And just because you stop using sign language, which he won't because it's his first language, it's his innate language. So he's not all of a sudden going to drop that. It's not going to disappear from his body. It's like you having your normal language. I'm taking a lot of time on this, but it feels important. It's like you having your normal language and you move to a different country and all of a sudden you drop your innate language. You just don't, because it's like it's in you. And I was like, and your two best friends are deaf, and so you're not anytime soon gonna drop the sign language. And he was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And he's been thinking about this like 10 years ago, but now it's like up again, and it's something that is like so related to his identity, which it isn't. That's my point here. It's not who he is. He's not his loss of hearing, and he is not his hearing. And there's something resembling here. I'm given that because there's something resembling here with you, Gemini, that there's something about, okay, if I let that part of me go, it's almost like an identity crisis. It's like people having an illness for the longest time, or you're in a relationship for the longest time, or you're in this career for the longest time. Maybe like you are a doctor and 20 years in you're supposed to just drop that title. It's like it almost creates an identity, and there seems to be like the biggest challenge for you to find your strength and to find your real authenticity here is like a mini death of your identity. I hope that makes sense. We have the World card, and this image, like there's always going to be the same message, the same foundational message in each deck that we're using in the tarot. But this specific World card, the foundation of it is that there's an ending. There's a big chunk of your life that's come to an end. And that's gonna come in 10 years. You know that already. For most of you, that probably has already come to an end, or you're like right in the wrapping up of something, which means that there's a new beginning. Like you're stepping onto a whole new scene, a whole new world, a whole new part of your life. Path is starting now. And this particular card is speaking about how free you are. You might not feel free in this very moment. Maybe some of you guys are, maybe some of you, for you who don't feel free, like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm so locked down in my work, or I'm so locked down in my health, or I'm so locked, like, it feels like a boundary. I'd say with this message that you're not as locked down as you think you are. That is really in your head. You think you're more a slave or more a victim or more like a held back by a circumstance than you actually are. And maybe that's the biggest challenge, that you're actually more free than you think. You know, in class, when you got like, at least that how it works for me, or worked for me, I should say. If I was given like 2 or 3 options, like, do you want to do this or do you want to do that? Like when I was in class, it was like, yeah, still took me sometimes, slow starter. I think I do that. Like I had to think about it for a bit, but I think I do that. Versus when the teacher said, Hopolik, go do whatever you want. Like, go find your, like, go have fun for this next hour. And I was like, took me 45 minutes to even like, what? Am I supposed to just do whatever I want? Like, to be given complete freedom is not always that easy. And so there's something with this startup of this new place. It's like you're coming from a completely free starting point, which is really interesting. Power numbers. We have 11, we have 21, and we have 8. 11 is the portal number, the new beginning. That's also about the dreams, the fantasy, the imaginary, like where you're going, like what you're trying to manifest for your next chapter in your life. 21, the lucky number, the golden star, the manifester, the, you know, when you're at the right time, at the right place, like things want to really align for you. And then 8, which is as above, so below, so in heaven, so on earth. Like, it's just endless opportunities. It's the infinity sign, right? So it's a really, like, it's a power number. It really matches up with the Leo there, with the strength card. And this is about success and growth. This is you really stepping into your powers, I want to say. Whatever, it's not hidden, because if it's hidden, you can't find it. But whatever, what do you call that? Latent? Is that what it's called? No. Anything that has been like sitting underneath your awareness, let's just say that. Psychic abilities, psychic gifts, intuition, really like clear listening, empathy, anything that just connects you to your heart, connects you to your inner planes, but also connects you to the universe, connects you to your guides. That is like coming on right now. There's something in your progress moving forward, in finding yourself and coming into this new path. There's like it might even be a daily popping of things that comes up to your knowledge. It won't be like, oh my God, I had no idea I could do this. That's how you sound when you find that. It's, you always knew it. Like, it was always there. It was latent. I don't know if I'm using that correctly. Anyway, dormant. Dormant. It almost sounds like doormat. I might be wrong. It says, I'm seeing a door. That's so clever of them. Sometimes, I mean, I'm just amazed. So I saw this. Let me just take you through the process, because sometimes you probably look at me. It feels like I'm going to explain a lot of things today. I don't know why. Sometimes you probably just see me nod, or like, yeah, like answering my, like, who's she talking to? That's just an inner dialogue going on. And I think I'm trying to find, so in Swedish, the word is latent. Like something is sitting, like it's there, it's brewing, it's underneath, it's there. We're not using it, but it's there. And I don't know if the correct like translation is latent. I've heard the word latent, but I don't know if it's actually, that's just me directly directly translating from the Swedish word to the English word. Okay, bear with me. I get a picture of, I get a vision, like a picture, an image in my head. with a mat sitting in front of a door, like a doormat. So I'm seeing the doormat, and I'm thinking the word in my head, doormat. And then it clicks. It's dormant. It's not latent, it's dormant. I just want to share that. Like, how cool are they? Like, they're just so cool, because they also know that that's the way that that's gonna click for me, is like that little search, and it goes super fast. So sometimes it looks like, oh my God, she takes the longest time, but it doesn't really actually take that long time if you think about the processes going on and the things I have to figure out to get to you sometimes when I need to get to you, because it's not my first language. Okay, that might be it. Okay, and I'm doing it right now. That I'm being shown that's your process. The reason I'm so explanatory today, thank you, that makes sense. The reason I'm so explanatory to you is that because the things that will start to pop, that there are many adventures, there are many like breadcrumbs being left for you to sort of, it's like you're solving a puzzle right now. It's like you're putting pieces together and figuring things out. And if there's something like you're on the cusp of something, you're on the just very verge of figuring something out, know that that's your guides trying to like, okay, how do we get him or her to figure this out? They're going to play with you in a way that you'll get it. They're not going to use analogies or symbols or signs that you're just so far off that I have no idea what that is. They're going to obviously use very plain things for you to put together, like a doormat, which is dormant, but also already had the latent. So it made sense. Anyway, there's something that you're doing right now. That's that's what I started this reading with. Listen for the messages that wants to come in through like you might do the dishes, or you might like cooking food or doing some sports or like whatever. And in the midst of, has nothing to do with the cooking or the cleaning or whatever that you're doing, there's the thought of something. That is them giving you a hint of something, a breadcrumb or a full-on answer or something like that. That's what you're figuring out right now. But success and growth is like the main, you're growing a spine, you're coming online. I mean, you're Gemini, so you already, like, you're out and about always. It's just Gemini nature. I'm completely generalizing Gemini now. I know that. So obviously every person is a complex makeup of so many variables, but like the main character of Gemini is like you have 10 things going. You say yes to more things than you say no, and you like to be out and about. Like you like to solve things and solve the puzzle and ask more questions. Like, why is that? Why is that? And the rest of us like, cause it is. You're just a library of information. Like my sister, you can ask her about anything. She's right up there with Google. She's a Gemini, by the way. So you're already that. You're already all that. I think you're trying to slow that down. I think you're trying to find your center in that. Like, what are you? What is it that you're about? What is your mission? What is it that you want? And you're growing this multi-sensory next level dimension thing right now. There's a lot of growth. And the success and growth, I think, yes, that obviously that can happen materially, like physically. I think though that this is more on the inner plane. This is you really finding home for the month of July. So we have rejoice and celebration. This is like, and this is coming out next to it. So deception and envy. So there's some people that just doesn't like too much. It can be one person, you might already know who that is, or someone that comes to mind as I speak about this. There's someone that just doesn't like if you're sort of thinking outside the box, if you're doing something like the world, this is to me telling me that you're already like not in the typical 9 to 5 world. If you are, you have something on the side that's typically not 9 to 5. Like you're doing your own thing, and it rubs some people the wrong way. Instead of them saying, oh my God, Gemini, how do you do that? Please show me how you did that. Please show me what your thinking is so that you can do whatever it is that you want to do. What is that you do all day? Please show me. They're not showing up like that. They're showing up with defensiveness, jealousy, and like, if they could like get to you in a little bit, they would, because it's easier for them to drag you down than to ask you to build them up. So this might be an outspoken thing. You feel it from other people that you're not thinking the way that they're thinking, you're not acting the way that they're acting. You're sort of standing out a little bit, doing your own thing. And you might already like know who that person is, or it might just even be a feeling. You have a feeling that going outside the box like this, I wouldn't push it so far as to say, do you feel guilty that you're doing what you're doing right now? Do you wish to not be doing what you're doing? Because you can just scratch that. You're not doing anything wrong here. You're following your passion. You're following your heart. But there's others that's going to materialize and manifest in a way of like others questioning this. And you can just not care about what other people think about your now journey. You're actually just showing the way. They might be the people that at the end coming around saying, okay, just show me what the hell you're doing. Like, please give me the formula. And then rejoice in celebration. So there might be a lot just for the, fact that we are in the month of July. In the Northern Hemisphere, there's a lot of people having vacations, having more time off, having summertime. Obviously, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, this is more to in the winter time. But there seems to, so if there's like, depending where you live on the planet, obviously it's going to look differently. But there seems to be a lot of celebration in the month of July. Maybe you're invited to, parties. Maybe you're having a party. Maybe there's weddings or celebrations in any capacity. It seems to be like really birthday parties, coming together with people, having a lot of fun in the month of July. So that's something to really look forward to. And it's number 3 there, which is, let me just say 7 here is like yes, there might be people coming at you or people having thoughts about the way that you live your life. But 7 is showing that like your angel, like you're protected. Your angels are with you. You're on the right path. You're not doing anything wrong. And 3 is all about manifestation, creation, having fun, creating your life. This is beautiful. Okay. We're ending with your fairies. Gemini fairies. What do we have for the month of July, please? Stand your ground. Interesting. Okay, I'm getting a very earthy feeling, like a Mother Earth, like nature feeling. So some of you guys, this might be that you already are doing this. You're very much like in nature or by the sea, like by the ocean, in the sand, on grass, whatever it is that you're doing. Or you're called to be more in nature, like connecting with nature. It would make you feel really good. Let's see what comes out here. From your fairies. Vacation. It says in Swedish, it's semester. Vacation. I didn't show this, did I? Stand your ground. Stå på dig in Swedish. Stand your ground. Stand up for yourself. And then I feel 1, perhaps 2 more. Okay, I also hear slow and steady wins the race. I know no Gemini likes to hear that because it means you need to practice your patience, and that's like not one of your likings. But slow and steady wins the race. Take your time, it means, with whatever it is. Look within. There you go. Look within. Sök inom dig. This is very much sort of wrapping up everything we already said. This is what I feel the most from this reading. Like, look within. You're going within right now. Like, you're already doing that. Searching within yourself, looking for the next step, finding the next path or the new path, finding the next chapter, leaving an old chunk of your life behind you and starting something new. It can also be like a lot of begin again. This is like a nest. You've been probably nesting or like being in this cocoon for some time and you're ready to come out. Again, Gemini has not been sitting still or being locked in or, you know, a hermit in that sense. But for being Gemini, you might have led a life that maybe have not been like authentic to you. If that makes sense? Like, it hasn't been who you truly, truly want to be in this world. And I think that's what you're seeking for now. That's what you're searching for. And stand your ground. This is coming up again with like, no, you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. Whatever other people think about what you're doing is none of their business. It's just none of their business, or is none of your business what they're thinking about you. Leave it alone. Like, stand your ground and continue to walk forward. So you have almost like the portal there, that you step through that portal and you're doing your thing. Good for you. And vacation. They already had like a little bit of celebration there. It feels like a lot of people go on vacation right now. Love the big parrot. That's a huge parrot. I don't know what that means. Repetitive? Having the same vacation again at the same time? Or just repetitive things? Maybe just need to have a vacation because things has been a little bit repetitive. I don't know what it stands for, like the parrot. Maybe put in the comment section if you know anything about the parrot, what it represents, like spiritually, like a spirit animal. I don't know about the parrot. Okay, so vacation time. You're inspired to take some vacation, to just really relax. Long reading here today. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and like the video if you did. It helps me tremendously. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Happy summer, happy/winter. Take care, guys.